Bro,
There you go.
look at you. How are you,
What
man?
up? What up? So good to see you, man. Long time no see.
I know, literally. It's been forever. You switch coasts and then forget about your old folks, but that's okay. That's all right.
Whatever.
So,
None of y'all come out and visit me or nothing.
yeah, exactly. And you don't come back home. So, there. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So, first off, welcome to Five Songs That Changed My Life. This
Thanks
is
for
going
having
to
me on
be
your
fun.
show. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let me make an adjustment here because I need to see myself better. There we go. Awesome. So I know that it was a task to pick five songs. It was more like five
Yeah.
albums. We're gonna
Yeah,
jump
it
in.
was really, really hard for me because I'm not really like a song person, like per se. There aren't really like kind of songs that jump. They're definitely like albums normally that I like, and then I maybe have like some favorite songs. But normally for me, it's like who knows what day of the week it is. It's probably going to determine what kind of song I'm
Of course, of
you
course, of
know
course.
like
You're a
what.
very diverse individual.
Yeah, so it was actually the really, really, really difficult to come up with five songs, but I did. It took me a while. I prayed on it.
Yes, prayer changes things. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Oh Lord. Oh, that's a different show.
Yes, it is. It is not this show. It is not this show.
five five prayers that changed your life.
Hey, that might be a spinoff. Come on, y'all.
Ta ta. Let me stop.
Well, first off, for those who do not know, let me introduce you all to this wonderful musician and songwriter that is here before us. You are Atlanta born and now LA based. We made a couple of jokes about it that you left and never came back. That's okay.
I did.
You have worked with a variety of artists. Most recently, you toured across the world with Kanye West, the one
Yeah.
and only Mr. West. And you
Yeah.
also have a new
Cool.
song out. You have a bunch of material out, but a new song called Time for Change that's very
Yes.
appropriate to the times that we're living in right now. It's very impactful and addresses the state of the world and social justice that we need right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful song. People may have heard a piece of it in the flyer, but if you have not,
Thank
you
you.
can check it out on all of your streaming platforms and, of course, download it on
Yeah.
iTunes.
Go
Everywhere
download it.
else.
Buy it.
Please buy it. The man needs the money. No.
Yes. No, he does. He does.
He does. It's true.
They shut our whole industry down. All we can
It's
do
very
right now
true.
is kind of make
Oh,
money or make music at home, rather.
so let's talk about that, man. How have you been doing during this era of pandemic and no shows and craziness?
I mean, it's been interesting. I definitely haven't done any like gigs per se where I am like traveling, like going from country to country or state to state rather. But I kind of just engrossed myself into recording in the studio and writing. I ended up uh, writing and co-writing with a lot of people from the Sunday Service Choir.
Nice.
Um, and then I started a record label. It's called Swade Entertainment, SWADE, and then released the first like song or like kind of like artist, whatever, off the label like 2 weeks ago. Artist named Elin, um, and released a song called He Could Never. So I've been on this like new journey of kind of, I don't know, like it's weird because I'm a writer, I'm a producer, and I like to sing and stuff, but I'm more of always been a creative person, but to be jumping into the business side and like contracts and and
All that fun
music
stuff.
videos and yeah, and produce, mixing and mastering, stuff that I kind of already did, but normally for myself. So it's been kind of fun to do this with other artists and then maybe start to have a little roster here of like songs and artists and stuff to be putting out. I have at least two more, or I have well a couple projects. Chad, Rashan, he's also in the choir. He has a record coming out on Friday of next week called To the Moon. It's a record that we did, and then Eric or Elin rather, his remix project we did from his singles coming out like the following Tuesday. He could never the remixes, which I did one of the remixes with JD. Um,
Yeah.
how
Shout
we
out.
how we met. We have group production group called the Stackers or whatever. So we have a Stackers remix on that one.
Nice,
So I've been
nice.
pretty busy actually. I've been trying to stay busy. You know,
It
it's
sounds
been
like
good.
you're succeeding at being busy. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. You know, I apparently haven't grown in my beard as well as you have, but um,
I draw it in before the show. It's all good. It's all good.
I knew I should have done. I knew it.
You
I
forgot
almost
some.
put the. I was gonna put the lace front on and have a little swoop. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Next time. Next time.
next, please, next time. You know I love a good swoop.
Ah,
All right, so
funny.
let's jump into this song list. Again, we're going to talk about not only the songs, but also the albums that they come from and how they have
Yeah.
impacted life. So the first song on here is Will You Be There by Michael Jackson. Many of us know
Ah.
it from Free Willy. Oh my God, that makes me sound so old. But
Is
anyway,
it is right. It is from Free Will. But the interesting thing is that because this album came out in 1993, and this is Michael Jackson, Dangerous, and the album came out maybe a year or two before Free Willy did, I
hmm
want to say.
hmm
So the song for me was just like, yeah, and then the movie came out, and and there was such a big song on the movie. It was just so really funny. So I
Yep.
just want to give a little background, history,
Come on,
because I'm old.
history. Music historian. Yes, sir. Well, we're going to listen to a little bit of that, and then we'll chat more about it, okay?
Sure.
Yo.
Lonely,
Yes, sir. Where does it go?
yeah.
It goes up there? Up here?
Yeah. Yes, you know it.
The
Lonely. Yeah,
infamous singer.
I think there's other, there's key changes too,
Come on, modulation.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
So tell me about it, man. Tell me how that song and the Dangerous album that it came from, how it affected you.
I don't know. I think so I come from a very like Christian background. My mom is a recording artist, she's a Christian recording artist, so I grew up in this CCM kind of, which is Christian contemporary music.
Is
So
she really? What's her name?
shut up. Her name's Babby Mason.
What?
um, so which is really interesting because I feel like I grew up singing for like predominantly white churches and stuff like that. So her music is crossover. It's very like adult contemporary or Christian contemporary. So like an Amy Grant
Yeah.
or like Stephen Curtis Chapman or like some of the big '90s Carmen or whatever, Sandy Patty, some of the people from like the '90s that were really big at that time. And so I felt like the music that I kind of grew up listening to was not gospel. Like it wasn't. I didn't grow up listening to like the Clark sisters or like the Winans or stuff like that. So I think when Michael Jackson Dangerous came out and it was really, really big, '93, I was 10. Um, and Michael was just like so big at that time and all the videos and everything. It's probably one of the first kind of like pop artists that I kind of came in contact with.
hmm
And because I didn't listen to any radio or any stuff like that. So being at 10 and seeing these videos, black and white, and Remember the Time, and all this stuff that came off this album, Keep It in the Closet, Jam.
hmm
Um, I got the tape, and I played the heck out this tape. I think if y'all remember back in the day, the tapes had the little writing on it, and if you played it so much, the writing faded off the tape. So it was the Michael Jackson tape was one of those type of tapes where I knew it was the Dangerous tape because there wasn't any writing on it. Like you were like, is that the tape? I don't know. You got to put it in to find out. But I knew that one was the one. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of gravitated toward most of the Rocky songs that had lots of guitars in it, and really those are the songs that I like a lot on this album, which I didn't kind of pick out on this album. I really picked out this one only because Andre Crouch did the vocal production and the choir stuff on this, and Andre is a an fantabulous, or was a
Yep.
stupid prolific vocal producer and did lots of choir arrangements. Probably every single choir arrangement that has to do with Michael Jackson he did. He did Like a Prayer for Madonna. He did lots of big choral and choir arrangements from the '80s and into the '90s, and up until recently, until he passed away a few years ago.
hmm
But he was just really, really, I mean, just as somebody who studies vocal production and as a vocal producer, this kind of gets a lot of things in one for me. I get some crazy vocal production stuff from Andre, which influences me as a choral uh, arranger, and then I get to hear all the Michael stuff and then all the, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot, and no, and Dangerous is definitely one of my favorite albums from Michael. So
Nice, nice. So
that pretty much sums it up.
Michael was definitely known as an artist who played around with genre and sounds. The quality was consistent throughout, but of course the sonic backgrounds were always diverse.
Yeah,
Have you used any of that as an artist yourself?
I think what I've from Michael, what I've definitely stolen from Michael is a lot of his like how his vocal performances, so his breaths and attacks, and so like little breath. I think things how you end your notes and start your notes and little things like that that kind of make your voice percussive. I definitely like stole that from Mike, uh, and I'm also like a high singer. I guess I'm like a my like my natural voice as a tenor or whatever. My break is higher than most guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like a lot of his songs were songs that I liked to sing when I was younger. Now that I'm older, his songs are like too high. I don't want to sing them. But like
What
15 years ago, don't play me. You know what I'm saying?
you can still get up there. You
I can
point
get
to
up
it.
there.
You
I
point
don't
to
want.
it. You can find it.
I don't want to. I just don't want to
Oh,
get up there.
got it. Got it. Understood. Understood.
I'm more like just let's take it down a couple steps and then let's do it. You
Right.
know what I'm
Let's do it
saying?
here. Here.
Exactly. Exactly. Room to grow.
There we go. Right. We can reach from there. Understood.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
speaking of high voices and just amazing vocals, Tevin Campbell is next on your list. The song is "What Do I Say" from the "I'm Ready"
Yes.
album.
Yeah,
So
we're going on a almost like in order here because I think Michael was like the first thing, and then after that it was Tevin.
wow, wow. Starting off with two greats. So let's listen to a little bit of that song and then we'll talk more about it. Y'all, my special guest. Yes, yes.
My babe,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
we love when you run around and round and round my head.
Come on.
And baby, when I look into your eyes, I wanna touch you, I wanna love you, I wanna love you for the rest of my life. I mean, like there's like key change. You don't even
Hey,
understand.
hey, and then it goes up there where you can no longer see it. It's
What
up
can
here.
I say? What can I do, baby? Tell me, baby. Tell me, baby. Just to get next to you. Oh, what can I say? Oh my God. Okay, now I gotta
Come
go
on.
and listen to this album after this.
Yes, yes. And shout out to Johnny Gill who co-wrote that joint.
Shout out to Johnny Gill. This is very interesting because this project, I'm Ready, was produced by two producers, you
Mhm.
know, for the most part, Prince and Babyface.
Yes,
So
and
like all say
Michael
again,
Gerard Walden as well.
Michael Walden.
Yes.
Do I know? I don't think I know. Okay, yeah, he wrote. I mean, he wrote this song.
Yeah, yeah, he wrote this song and a few others, and he did stuff for Whitney, and yeah, he's one of the goats that doesn't get
Okay,
noticed. Yeah.
yeah, because yeah, I don't really know. If I look at the credits, I'm sure his name's everywhere. If you listen to the project, you hear. I mean, it's Babyface. Like the
Mhm.
singles are Babyface, but the
Yes.
B-side records were Prince.
Right.
You know, like Hall Desire or Shh, Break It Down. You know what I'm saying? And some of these other Paris 1479430. Some of these like he did half the album, which I didn't even like. Which is so funny because as a kid, I didn't listen to Prince. Again, I came from a Christian background, so the music that was on, was very clean. And my brother is a drummer, and he would come home and play Prince songs, every now and then, and I'd be like, I think like the like the first Prince records I know are like, you know, you sexy mother, shaking that ass. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
I'm just
mhm.
like, and that's what Jerry, my older brother, is playing. I'm like 12, And, and I'm like hearing these records, and I was like, wow. And I didn't really catch on to Prince until I was like mid 20s,
Okay.
and like my ex-girlfriend was really into Prince, and she kind of like put me on to a lot of music that I didn't really listen to. She's an 80s like a 80s head or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know, I really realized that I had already kind of really loved Prince and knew, because a lot of the records that I loved were uh that Tevin did were the Prince songs.
Hmm.
And then even the people that kind of have Prince's sound, like I can't remember the main producer, but the guy, if you listen to Tevin Campbell's song that's on a Goofy movie,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
Eye to Eye, whatever. First
Uh-huh.
time I see it, that like this is so like, it's like I can hear Prince's influence all over this. I think the co-writer for that song is somebody who wrote and did a lot of stuff with Prince,
Yeah,
or
the
worked with
female
Prince.
vocal on that song is Rosie Gaines, who was also
Diamonds
in
and
New
diamonds and
Power Generation.
pearls.
Yes.
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 So it has like it all over it, and so I yeah. I mean, of course, and Tevin was just kind of as somebody who was a kid who sang high,
Hmm.
and Tevin was kind of like right up my alley, and I could sing his songs, and all the girls would be like, "Oh, sing Tevin, Tevin," you know what I'm saying? Um, so it was funny, it was awesome, and it was just kind of one of the first artists that I fell in love with.
Nice.
That was like my age, and male singers. It's really interesting because as a kid, I I gravitated to male singers. I didn't listen to female singers really. So like Whitney was never like a big influence to me because I didn't
Hmm.
listen to her albums or study her as a singer. But all the people that she influenced were like such big influences on me, like Tevin and Brandy. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Um, because I guess growing up, I was just it's the guys. It was just the guys singers that I wanted to emulate.
Sure.
So either way, that's how I feel about Tevin. He's my man.
Nice. Well, that's a great
So
way to feel about Tevin Campbell.
yeah, I
Tevin
gotta
D.
find
Campbell.
him. I gotta find him. So I'm gonna be like, yo, come over here to the studio. Let's make this record.
Bro, you know he's over there somewhere. Make it happen.
Somewhere. I hope he's like not working at like Walmart or something. I'd be so mad. He needs to get out and up here. I just need him to not be like teaching at like the local high school or something. Like I can't. Mr. Campbell, you know. Do I have to go to detention? Like, yes. I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm sorry.
Mr.
Sorry, I
Tevin
got
Campbell, if you're watching this, I apologize for this, man. But
ah,
not,
whatever. I love Tevin. I'm just saying just
I want to write a song for you. I don't know what he does.
I want to write a song too. Let's do it. I'm just saying. Because Kevin can't be working. Kevin has to be profiting from this money because I love him. That's
Listen,
all I mean.
I agree. I agree. So we're talking about vocal influences. We're going to go to the female vocal influence, who I hear all over your records, and
Yeah.
we have had many a conversation about this woman, Brandy Norwood. Yes, sir. We're going to talk about Angel in Disguise and the Never Say Never album. Let's listen to a
Uh,
little bit, and then we'll
I,
chat more. Okay.
where are you starting from? Because I just want you to play it from the beginning because I need this airplane.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. If I play too much of it, Instagram will be like, "No, shut down."
I need that. I need that. Yeah.
Yeah, all of that.
And
All of
Angel's
that. I know
and
it's
Angel's always been
amazing.
thought.
Hear it in your
Be
mind.
one
In
of
your
God's most
mind.
perfect creations. Sorry, go ahead. I'm ready. Familiar day that I met her.
Sing.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. So talk to me about Miss Norwood and how she influenced all things Chaz.
We don't have time. We don't have time.
But you know what? Let's take a moment. Let's take a
Because
moment and
you don't
summarize.
you don't understand, Jason. When you were like 5 songs, I was gonna pick 5 Brandy songs. They were gonna just be all just Brandy songs. I
Who
didn't
are
want
you telling? I
people.
expected 5 Brandy songs from you. I was like, oh, there are other artists on this list?
Ah, was gonna be all Brandy. It was gonna be like one. It was like, and it could have been just back to back to back to back to back off of one album, like
Hmm.
Full Moon. Like it
Hmm.
would have been the Full Moon album, really song. But um, and the reason why I didn't pick Full Moon is only because um, it's just that this album to me, this is kind of like Brandy's biggest pop project, kind of like her pinnacle album in the pop world. And there's just something about this album and hearing and the playing go by and then never say never, never say never. You know what I'm saying? And just
Uh-huh.
hearing that at the beginning of the project, it just brings back so much nostalgia for me. And and to be honest, he is when that album came out, I didn't like it, and it took me like a while because it was so forward. It was like ahead of its time. Like
Hmm.
the production, the music, like everything of Full Moon was way, way, way ahead of its time, and we were like literally kind of like smack dab in a neo soul movement still.
Yep. Yep.
So when that album came out, I was just like not ready for it. Um, and so and I really wanted this Never Say Never album project that we had that I had just you know grew up listening to sophomore high school, so like 15. So maybe that means what's it called came out when I was like maybe 19. I want to say Full Moon had to come out in 2002.
Hmm.
um, and and I don't remember, but in the fall of 2000, that's when Music Soul Child came out with I Just Want to Sing and India Arie and like Jill Scott, like all these people came out. So this whole movement was this acoustic thing, and then Full Moon came out, and I was just like, I really feel. I'm sorry, I'm on a tangent. This is all about Brandy. But the Never Say Never album, which came out, yeah, like 99. Um, I don't know, man. There's something about the whole album from beginning to end. The Boy Is Mine.
Yes.
Um, you
Yes.
know, um, all the other, Have You Ever and if you're looking fine, I
Hmm.
love them
Hmm.
ahead of time. Baby, feel let your mind ways
Yes.
clear. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff. Baby. Uh, um, all those records are just I don't know. I just played this album on repeat, and I just remember walking around. Uh-oh, are you there? Okay.
Yep.
And walking around with my disc, my mini or my Walkman or whatever, the one that had the bump control. That way you could like hit it and it didn't skip because CDs
Right. You
skip.
had the skip proof one. Come on. Come on.
you know. And I remember just walking around all the time, just putting this song. I mean, there's a songs that or albums that are. I mean, I'm Ready, and then the Brandy album. The first Brandy album. Those came
Yep.
out around the same time, so those were because ever since Brandy came out, I was a big fan. My cousin loved Monica.
Okay.
He's always been about Monica, and I've always been about Brandy. And my cousin can sing, you know.
Nice.
But ever
Nice.
since Brandy came out, I was just like, because I thought Brandy was like more of my speed. She wasn't shouting. She wasn't, you know, like she
Mhm.
wasn't doing crazy. She was up in the rafters. She was like, she had to kind of rasp. She was an alto. Even as like a younger singer, she was high, but like it was a different vibe.
Yep.
And there's something about Brandy that just drew me in, and Monica just didn't have that appeal
Hmm.
to me. And I just fell in love. And once Never Say Never came out, it just played that on repeat. Like the first song that I jumped on that was Tomorrow.
Oh, yes. The big ballad.
So do my
The big
yeah,
ballad.
goodbye to my heartache. That one. By so I will cry no more. I'm leaving. That was on Tomorrow. Whatever the hell it is. That's the jam. And it's so funny because one of my girlfriend in high school, I was like, "This is our song," like your couples. We were like together for 2 weeks. This is our song, and then we broke up. but
Okay. Okay.
I remember this is our song. She was like, "Are you trying to break up with me?" I was like, "No, baby. This is our song. I love this." It was a jam.
I love the song more than you, but that's okay.
Shut up. Actually, that's not true at all. Me and Stephanie, we are still best of friends. That's my
Oh,
best friend.
oh, hey Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie. So let's jump forward a little bit and tell me about B7. How did you feel about B7?
Uh, you don't know it yet.
Hey,
Tell you when you're ready.
hey,
When
hey.
you stare at me, I feel so beautiful. No, oh, you look like that. Opposites attract. When you stare at me, I feel so beautiful. I mean, that's my
Hey,
jam.
come on.
Um, um, my jam was a one more strike and I'm out. I
Mm-hmm.
have to figure it out before I lose me to you. Feeling like no, wait, hold on, don't play with me.
Come
Hey,
on, guitar.
at the end of the day,
Come on,
maybe
guitar.
yesterday, was it bounced all the time? Yeah, I was always high. I had to readjust. Yeah, was it?
Mhm.
Had the feeling I didn't belong there. Like I've been
Hey,
playing this on the piano, so I know. I think I know how it goes. And I'm in the key. The feeling I didn't belong there, belong there. Where? Yeah, I've been here before, ain't no secret. You tell me tragedy and some made me laugh. I wanted to die
uh-huh.
till I realized uh,
And the arrangements in that
already
song are so
left to
sick.
do with your broken soul. You need you, and I need me too.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Uh-huh. Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes, sir. I love how I feel like she pushed her sound forward again.
yes.
I really feel like she pushed her sound forward again, the same way she did with Never Say Never at the time, like you mentioned. And Full Moon, of
Mhm.
course, just blew R&B wide open. And I feel like she's reinvented her sound and pushed things forward yet again. It's going to be one of those
Yes,
albums that people get in years to come. It's like, oh, this was incredible. Didn't even know it at the time, but it was incredible.
yes,
So yeah,
yes.
shout out to B
It's,
Rocka.
it is my jam. She's my favorite.
I love it. I love it. So let's talk about another favorite that's on your list, Mr. Donny
Uh-oh.
Hathaway.
Ah, ah.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like
was feeling insecure. Yes, it's
no,
my
no
jam
one
too.
sings better than Donny Hathaway. Just no one does. No one does. So
Yes.
"Jealous Guy" is the song you put on the list from the Donny Hathaway live album. Let's listen to a little bit, and then we'll chat more about it. Woo!
I was feeling
Uh huh.
insecure.
Uh huh. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, you might not want me anymore.
Uh huh.
Yes, well, I forgot how to. I'm gonna lose control. Oh, no.
Uh huh.
I
Sing.
didn't want to hurt you. No, I didn't, baby. And I'm
Sing.
sorry I made you cry. Oh, I didn't want to hurt you. No, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm just a jealous guy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, man. This is the jam. So those
Woo!
people, but I think the story behind this record is so this is a song that is written by what's my man's name?
John
Imagine
Lennon.
all the people.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yep.
John Lennon.
Mm-hmm.
And so the story behind this song is Donnie heard it and decided to remake it and cover it on this live project.
Yes.
Um, and then I guess the live project got around, and then maybe about 3 or 4 months later, Elton John writes this song called "Benny and the Jets,"
Yes.
which is a play of Donnie's playing or his version of "Jealous Guy."
Mm-hmm.
So this song, without this without Donnie, without this, there would be no Benny and the Jets.
And there you have it.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, you can kind of hear it. Dun, 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 dun. Like the, you know what I'm saying? Benny and the
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
If you, I mean, it's like, you know, it's crazy. So
Amazing.
yeah,
Amazing.
I love Donnie. What's interesting because I almost didn't put Donnie on here. I almost put Frank McComb, because
Okay.
basically what led me to Donnie was Frank. And I went down this like rabbit hole of Frank McComb, or you know, Buckshot LaFunk or whatever. What
Hmm.
got me into my brother was playing this Buckshot LaFunk record, and I heard this song Another Day. I don't know if you've ever heard this song, but I feel
No.
like maybe I should have picked this. But it's a stupid song. Another day staring out of my window, thinking about tomorrow, wishing things were clear. And like how he's singing it, I need a taste, take me out of the window. You know what I'm saying? Like all this, you know. Sometimes I tell myself I'm better off without you. But then I have to face the emptiness I feel inside without you, and find a way to make it through another day. It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I listened to it and I was like, man, I was like, how old was I? Maybe 14 or something, 15. And I said, man, this guy sounds like Stevie Wonder. And my mom was like, he doesn't sound like
No.
Stevie Wonder at all. He sounds like Donny Hathaway. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, who's Donny Hathaway? And then that put me on this rabbit hole of like Donny Hathaway, this, you know, and probably my favorite Donny Hathaway album is Extensions of a Man, which is his third studio project, the one that has Someday We'll All Be Free.
Yeah.
Um, and what else? I mean, there's another song in there, Flying Easier.
Okay. I don't know that one.
My friend is texting me. Natty Rica, I see him. PDP. Pas de problème. Allez. Salut. Salut, frérot. Got some French fans. I see.
Yes. Yes.
Typing in
Love
it.
it.
And I see Aura. I see Aura. I just want to say whatever. So some people.
Absolutely. Say hello to everybody.
Yes, little ghetto boy. Little ghetto boy. Through the
Classic.
ghetto streets. What you gonna
That's
do when you grow up and have to face responsibility? Will you spend your days and nights in the pool, or will you sell castle madness to the neighborhood? Little ghetto boy. You
yes.
already know how far they'll be. Sorry, I love this. I love that whole album. Either way.
Let's just do a Chaz Does Donnie concert. Let's just
I
do it.
wish. I couldn't even hold Donnie down or do him any justice. But I love Donnie. He's definitely influenced me a lot. I think as a vocal producer and somebody that as a vocal coach and that teaches, I tell a lot of singers to study Donny Hathaway because he has a way of singing through his diphthongs, which is when you have two vowel sounds in a word, or so like day. So instead of him saying just like day, you know, he would go day and like really sing through the word. And I feel like a lot of times as singers, we kind of we concentrate more on the notes than how we do our words. And sometimes you don't have to do all this color, like all of this, if you can just sing the word and sing like a meaningful sound with your tone. And you can really manipulate any word just by kind of singing through the whole like diphthong like Donnie does. And so I've definitely taken that into like how I, you know, sing, or like, you know, from what I've studied and picked up. It's one of the techniques that I'd like to glean, you know.
I love it. Come on, technique. Come on, phrasing. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that Donnie was not Stevie, but we do have a Stevie song to round out your list.
Yes.
We would be remiss if we did not talk about him. So do I
Stevie
do?
is the man.
He is.
And
I mean, he is Stevie
this is
Wonder.
my favorite Stevie song though. This is my favorite Stevie song.
Nice, and it's a great one. So, "Do I Do" is the song we're going to talk about. We'll listen to a little bit, and then we'll chat more.
When you're standing
Hey.
in the crowd,
Uh-huh.
your thoughts to me so loud.
Okay.
Just the mention of your name
Mm-hmm.
seems to drive my insane. Girl, do I know? Ba, 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 da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da. You do know
Uh-huh.
when I do.
Get
Oh
up there.
no, my love to you,
Hey.
baby. Oh, oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I got some candy kisses for your lips. Yes, I got some honey stuff. That's my favorite part of that song. My life has been waiting for your love.
Uh-huh. How's it go?
I've been waiting for your love to arrive.
Uh-huh.
I have been waiting, that's no end in the pain in your love, love. Did I just change keys? I don't know if
It's okay.
I
Yes.
did.
Yes. So why that song of all of the Stevie songs? Because there are
uh,
so many Stevie songs. Why that one?
I I think this song, there's something special about this song.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's almost like not in other songs. I think really what it is, it's the end. I think the end with Jam and Stevie
Mm-hmm.
Wonder rapping, and it's all impromptu. And Stevie is playing. I think Stevie's playing like almost all. Well, he's not playing all instruments. The bass player is playing, but I can't remember if Stevie's playing drums on this record.
Okay.
He
I,
might be playing drums on this record. He played a lot. He played lots of instruments on all his records.
mm-hmm.
And I think in drums, he played a lot of drums on his records and keys and stuff. And but I think he's playing drums on this record, possibly. I don't know. And that's the reason why there's a percussion thing going on at the end, and not necessarily like drums and stuff. You know? I don't
Let's
know if
say
you remember at the end.
yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Keep
I
going.
just feel like I just feel like there's I don't know. There's something magical about the album when it's just um, when you're off a click and you're not trying to do this perfect thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I think there's some type of freedom in that, and we don't necessarily catch a lot of that as artists and musicians. We always try to catch the most perfect sounding thing rather. And it's more important sometimes to catch the most important sounding, the perfect sounding thing, more over than the perfect feeling thing, I
Feeling.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes, but a lot of times we take the perfect feeling thing over the perfect sounding thing. And Mary J. Blige has made her whole career on that. Sorry, I'm just messing. Um,
But you're not lying. That was shady, but you're not lying.
So I mean, and I use that as a perfect example because she has never been like the best singer. When we put songs and our vocalists on the list, Mary J. Blige isn't on the list, but we feel Mary J. all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna cry, or I can't even think of any crazy songs of all of her crazy songs right now. But there's always been pain, and we
Why her
feel it
songs got to be crazy?
because she always going through something. We need, we need one of her songs. Her next song to be like, "I did it."
You're right. I can't. I can't.
Okay,
Pull
let
it
me
together,
stop.
man.
But yes, but Stevie has just, I don't know. Also, the chords. There's something about that. No, to this. It's a F sharp with a G and a B and a D. Oh yeah, so it's like a G over a F sharp or something stupid, and the right before that it's like a A D F sharp. She was like, I mean like, like there's this crazy minor thing over like it's a diminished chord. I don't know, it's just weird. And then when I first heard this chord, I was like, what is this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is this? And like my mom was like showing me what it is. I was like, this is so cool. And I just love that, and the groove, the Like I feel like I'm an air bass, like I know I play piano and guitar, and I'm trying to get that down. But maybe in 10 years I'll play bass. You know, I'll pick it up, like
Why not?
because in my head I am like you know that big dude in church, the big dude. Like I'm about to eat a whole bunch of food so I can play this bass, so I can be you know, with the bass on top of the stomach up here, and they be up here.
Don't
Maybe
do that. Don't do that.
you know, and they always got this face like they're not into the music. Them are the funkiest ones. The funkiest ones always be looking somewhere else. And like,
But you couldn't do that because the joy when you play is all over your face.
whatever. I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna practice this.
Okay.
I gotta practice the bass funk face. It's the
Got you.
like I'm too funky to have a funky face. I'm just gonna let my fingers do all the funky faces. I'm like
Nice.
I'm I'm gonna let y'all do the funky faces.
Right. I'm playing. I'm cool. You're right. You are right.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. Probably my favorite Stevie album would be "Songs in the Key of Life," though, and
Mm-hmm.
it was
Mm-hmm.
hard for me not to pick a record. I mean, Stevie. I think the "Do I Do" might be one of my favorite Stevie Wonder. I love to sing that song live. You know, it's fun, and um, I mean there's a few songs that I love of Stevie Wonder. I mean, I could sing a whole night of Stevie Wonder songs,
Mm-hmm.
but
Do it.
I've done it before. But this is definitely like on the list. That Girl, Do I Do, All I Do,
Mm-hmm.
um, Rocket Man, All in Love is Fair.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but I just love this. Do 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 do. Do do do, do do do, do do, na na na. I feel a six-pack of time. That's the jam.
Yep.
You're right on a rocking game and you stop. Half away from every you drop me. Bang under this cold world. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got my TV down.
These
Just me right bang
these
down this
impressions we're getting tonight.
cold world.
Yes. Yes. So let's go to songs in the key of life. If you did have
Yeah,
to pick one song from that entire album, which one would you pick? Ha ha!
probably because I love you know, go on and read the friends. Here's your morning now, sir. Like the opening
Yes.
record is just
Yes.
so good. Love's in Need of Love Today. It's
Mm-hmm.
timely as well.
Absolutely.
Um, but there are also like so many great songs on that. Contusion. Like it's just like there's no singing on it. It's just like stupid, you know. There's crazy songs on the As is on that record.
Yep.
Just Enough for the City is on there.
Mhm.
Um, there's lots of great songs on that. So it's just the album that you can play from beginning to end. I think I was playing it really loud the other day, and my roommate was like, "Yo, what album? What is that? What album is that?" I was like, "Yo, what song is in Key of Life?" He's like,
Right.
you ain't heard this one yet? And he's like, "No, man, I know this one." I was like, "Yo," I was like
This
half the
this that
songs
new
of
new.
Stevie. It's that new. Yeah,
No
just got
shit.
remastered. Yeah, actually, listen to track number 5. That's mine.
Right. Right. This guy. Oh my gosh.
That's so
So
funny.
everybody, if you missed any of the 5 songs from Chaz's list, please go to the link in my bio. You can hit Spotify for the 5 songs playlist. Hit songs
Yeah.
on there, listen to them in their
Thank you
entirety, and it's
guys.
your life.
Aura
Chaz,
said she wanted to hear my songs. I'm sorry I didn't play any of my songs because I thought it would kind of be weird to like to play songs that changed my life and there's my songs.
it might have changed your life. It's your list. But that brings us to my final question. Where can people find you and your music?
Well, of course, you can find my stuff on all streaming platforms. My name is Chaz with a Z and Mason, Mason. And I was interesting because I write a lot of songs. I have songs that are out, but they're like not me featured on them. You know, I'm not singing on them. So, but I did like I wrote or I did vocal production and stuff like that. And so I've definitely like lots of records like that. So I mean, follow me, Chaz Mason, and then when you go there, you can probably find some of my other friends that I write a lot with, and artists that I have coming out. So like Elin, Elyn, and Chad Rashun, Rashun, and Maggie Zabo, and JD the Demo. Like these are people that I work a lot with, and I support them. And so like I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't promote my friends as well. That I'm at least trying to support and work with. So yeah. But yeah, you can find me all that stuff, and then of course follow me Instagram. I love Chaz Music. Facebook is I love Chaz Music. All that good, everything is I love Chaz Music. So if you just plug in ILOVECHAZ music, you should find some stuff out. And then of course you have to go listen to Time for Change. How many wars can we find on the front line? Feels like the end of days. Time for change. Maybe it's time for change. That's what you guys get for that record today. I sang all the other records today, y'all. I did a whole quasi concert because I got riled up for my favorite songs.
Sing for the people.
But yeah, I had a great time though. I appreciate it.
I thank you, brother.
For inviting me.
So yes, one day when COVID is over, we'll have to connect in person again. I'll come out.
Yeah,
there.
man.
Or you come out
down.
here. I mean,
I'm coming. Don't be scared. Why's COVID got to be over?
I mean, it doesn't. I'm a little iffy.
Look. I got antibodies. I know I did. I know I do. I just found out that everybody in the choir had antibodies.
Oh.
We were all immunized. What is it? Immunized. I can't say it right now.
I don't know. I can't say it. It's all good. But yes, we'll make it happen. It's been years since we worked together, so we need to make that happen.
It has been. I still play the records. Actually, I don't know if we really written together. I just play the records that you did with JD. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that guy who was incredible. Yes. They don't know about that. They don't know about that.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'm gonna be honest when you things. Did y'all write it together?
No, he wrote that by himself. I know which one you're talking about.
Wait, are you sure? What's the record that you guys did?
Yeah,
I swear it was the one that had the run in the beginning.
I wish. I heard it though. I know which one you're talking
about. Okay.
I mean, prove me wrong. Maybe I forgot. We were all doing a lot during that time period.
No, dang it, whatever. I have his whole catalog. He's always talking about he has to come over with a jump drive or with his hard drive so that he can get his songs because I have all of the songs. All of them. Like really interesting because his songs have probably influenced me just as much as anybody else on this list. So
for sure.
And if his records were out and you could play them, then I'd be like, yo, play a JD song because there's not his production and writing and a lot of we've done so much together that he's influenced me just as much as any other artist that I've studied.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I always say that I graduated from the University of Stop Music. That's the name of his production company. Songs touching other people, STOP Music. So I was like, I graduated from Stop Music, so I know what to do.
Shout out to Stop Music. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, y'all, that is our time for tonight. Chaz, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Make sure you follow at I Love Chaz Music. Make sure you hit my bio to hear.
Make sure you follow the Jason Pure as well. Make sure you got to follow this guy.
Please. Yes. Follow the link in my bio for the official show T-shirts as well as the official Spotify playlist. Yeah, we got merch, son. Merch.
I'm getting a T-shirt, so y'all. Dang, I would have been wearing my T-shirt for the
You got
interview.
to be
That would
up
have
on
been
these
tight.
things, bro. You got to be up on these things. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Have a good night.
I love you,
Later.
man. Take it
Love
easy.
you too, bro.